This is Mohammed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're in London for the launch press conference for two Londoners in a very good fight. Craig Richards takes on Joshua-Joyce, all London clash. Yet to learn a venue, but we know the date, May 21st. So just talk to me, Frank Smith, about how this fight came about.
Yeah, it's a great fight. Really excited and glad we could get it done. Both guys wanted it. Buatsi had been asking for it. Craig Richards wanted it. And Craig showed that the level he's at when he fought Bivol last year. Buatsi's wanted to step up and keep moving forward. So it's a perfect fight, and fair play to them both for actually taking it. Because I think Eddie said in the press conference, a lot of fighters wouldn't take it at this point, and would wait and try and go their own route and try and get a title. But it's the best idea not to lose these opportunities. So exciting fight. We'll have a venue very soon. We're going to be in London, just finalising a few bits, and we'll get that announced by the end of the week.
I think some of the most talented fighters in this country exist in a light heavyweight division. So it's been frustrating at times as a fan. We haven't really got the fights we wanted, but we've got one here, and I think an important thing for both men was that at the end of this fight, they get an opportunity to fight the winner of Canelo and Bivol. So I'm sure that was very important in the negotiations to make this.
Yeah, that's a massive fight, down the road. Bivol, look, Canelo-Bivol's not a straightforward fight for Canelo as well. It's him moving up to 175 again. He's done it once against Kovalev, but going for it again. So his aim, I'm sure, is to try and become undisputed in over the period at light heavyweight, like he did at super middleweight. And some big fights as well outside of Canelo. You look at, like you say, a lot of British talent out there. You've got Anthony Yard as well. That's a massive fight for the winner of this fight. I think he's fighting for the WBE. Was he mandatory?
No, so he was going to fight Joe Smith, but he's fighting Beterbiev, so he's got to wait.
Yeah, sorry, ignore me there. But I'm sure he'll wait for his opportunity to fight for the title. But you got Callum Smith as well, who moved up to 175. That's another massive fight. So lots of big nights out there to be made, and a great division.
I did say we're not sure on a venue yet. Is this likely to go to the O2, Frank?
We're working on a few bits. O2 is one we are looking at. There's a couple of bits and pieces going on, but fingers crossed we can make it happen, because that's a natural home for this fight. Obviously, two guys from South London makes a lot of sense there, so hopefully we can get that done.
We'll have to ask, on May 21st there is another show with Zach Parker and Demetrius Andre, so it's never ideal for the fans when there's a show clash, especially when you've got two brilliant fights on the same night. So talk to me about that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It is a great, Andrade, who we work with, and no one wants to clash, but there is so many shows going on. It's impossible to really get a clear date anymore. We were always looking at May 21st for the last sort of 4 or 5 weeks for this fight. May 14th was a potential date originally, but I think Tony Yoka's fighting that night, who is trained by Virgil Hunter, so made that problematic as well. So unfortunate. I think you got another show as well on Sky. I think there's a boxer show as well.
A tournament show.
Yeah, so it's a busy period. Busy. You got the same in April, I think. We've got we're going out on our Conor Ben show. There's a tournament on Sky. So look, there's never really going to be a perfect night. Ultimately, no one wants to clash, but it is going to happen. And good luck to everyone else with their shows as well.
With Boxer coming into the market, Probellum going to be doing UK shows as well, yourselves and Queensbury. Is this something we're just going to have to get used to? There's now 4 major promotional outfits doing shows. I mean, I know some promotional outfits will try and go on the Friday night, but they want to go on Saturdays. It does better ratings, so we're going to have to get used to this, unfortunately. Yeah,
look, we've seen it before. It's not the first time we've seen it. We've seen it over the years before. But like I say, no one wants it to clash, because you are going to take some of the market away from each other. There is always going to be a bigger show on the night, naturally. So ideally, we wouldn't see it, but I'm sure we will, with so many different promoters in the market, as you say.
Have you talked to Lee Wood much, you and Eddie? What's next for him?
Yeah, I spoke to Lee Wood a bit. He's coming to the show on Saturday as well. He's working for DAZN. He's coming down scouting. I think Ben Davison's coming down as well. Look, there's big fights out there for him. He wants to fight at the City Ground as well. So many opportunities. People talking about, do we do a Conlon rematch? Do we do Warrington? So many fights out there for him. I think he needs a bit of time off. That was a gruelling fight that he went through. So a few weeks off, and then let's get a plan in place. But we'll be seeing him on Saturday in Leeds.
Okay, fantastic. Let's talk about the heavyweights. So, the reports going around last night that it looks like the Alexander Usyk rematch is now the favourite to take place for Anthony Joshua, which has obviously swung things around. So, can you give me any updates, please, Frank?
It's constantly changing, constantly moving, as everything in boxing. But obviously, Usyk's got very important things going on. much bigger than boxing right now. So we're waiting for an update on that. AJ's number one focus is to fight Usyk again. He wants to go in there and do a job on Usyk. But let's see how things play out. I think this week really we're going to get a bit more of a clearer picture on it all. Because obviously there was discussions about Lomachenko as well, fighting Kambosos, and now Lomachenko's come out and said he's not travelling, so we just got to wait and see, I think, later this week how that plays out. Ultimately, if that's not possible, we then have to look at an interim fight for Anthony. So yeah, hopefully by the end of the week we'll have a clearer picture, because we need to obviously get moving and get plans in place.
Regardless of who it is, what have 258 and Anthony said to you about when he wants to be out, May or June?
He wants to fight, he's always been targeting around June time. That was the date we were looking at for the Usyk fight, so that's always been the focus. So hopefully sometime in June, we, anywhere from start to finish, we can make something work.
Joe-Joyce's team said they made contact to Team Joshua, whether that was yourself and Eddie or 258. I don't know who it was to, but they said they didn't get any reply to that. So can you tell me about, from your point of view, about Joe-Joyce and Anthony Joshua, where things lie with that?
Yeah, I spoke about this the other day. I haven't heard anything, but probably wouldn't have gone to me. I don't think Eddie has. Maybe they spoke to 258, but I haven't heard anything about that either. So, I think ultimately, the Joyce fight's a big fight down the road. I don't know whether that's the fight for now. Obviously, if we're focusing on the Usyk fight, rescheduling it for a date in the near future, if he's not ready for now, maybe that's not the fight that's for right now. That can be built up into a massive stadium fight against Joyce. Otto Warlin's the name we've looked at. He went. He obviously gave Tyson Fury a very tough test in their fight. Was supposed to fight Fury-Whyte last year, so that's a potential as well. So let's see how things play out. I think the key focus is getting an update on Usyk this week and moving from there.
Is that not a stadium fight now, Joshua-Joyce?
Yeah, but I think it's about the planning of it as well and getting things in place. But I think Joyce. I wonder what else they're going to do with Joyce. I don't know what he's planning. I know they were looking at Joseph Parker. I think that's a good fight for him. I don't think Joyce is really at the level to fight AJ yet, personally. I think he needs a big win against someone like Joseph Parker, in my opinion. I do.
Stavern, Dubois, Takam, decent names, aren't they? Jennings.
I think Parker would be a good fight. I think he should go and fight Parker, get a win.
What's your situation actually with Joseph Parker? So that was just Freddie Cunningham.
Fred. No, Fred will know. I'll speak to you later.
What is the situation with Joseph Parker? Are you out of contract with Joseph Parker? Or?
Yeah, I spoke to Joseph Parker this morning, or yesterday, I think it was. I have a great relationship with him. We worked with him for a long time now, all the way back to the Joshua fight in 2018, must have been now, something like 2018. So get on very well with Joseph and his team, David Higgins. We haven't got a contract with him for a fight, but always looking at opportunities. Especially as well with our growth. Ultimately we're looking at New Zealand as potential market, Australia as well. So we stay in contact constantly, and if the right fight comes up, then we'll definitely do something.
A couple of more things. We saw coach packages went for Fury-Whyte. So your thoughts on that? I don't know if it was you or Eddie said that it was a struggle for stadium fights you've done before to get coach packages sold. So, your thoughts on that? Yeah,
look, the Klitschko fight sold out the same on the coach packages. Fair play to them. They've done a good job. Tickets have done really well for that fight. It's a massive fight. Fury against Fury-Whyte's huge fight. So I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that it sold. I'll be honest. I'm surprised it sold so quickly. I didn't think it would sell out completely, but they've done a good job. I think they sold quite a few to various groups of people, not just Ticketmaster. But that's fair play to them. Congrats.
And my last one, can you tell me anything about Kambosos and Haney in terms of negotiations? Are we close to getting a contract signed?
We're working we've got some conversations today. We're working hard on that, so hopefully we can make that fight happen. It's the fight Haney wants. Haney wants the biggest and best fight. So, fingers crossed this week we can get some good news on that. But I think everyone's on board to try and make it happen.
Okay. Forgot to say, are tickets on sale for Waxy Richards?
No, because there's no venue, is there?
I said that at the start, so I don't know how I've just said that.
That would be impressive if we go on sale with no venue. Yeah. Tickets available now from £40. Just
anywhere in London.
Buy them and we'll let you know where to go closer to the time.
So yeah, venue hopefully soon, and then tickets can go on sale. Frank Smith, thank God I'm not doing your job. Thank you very much for talking to IFL TV, and best of luck for the fight week in Leeds. All right.
Cheers, mate. Good to see you.